Hello friends, my name is Theo, and today in this exciting Meester Media tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to create a simple Trapcode style particle dissolve effect inside of Fusion inside Davinci Resolve. This is an effect that you are going to use sometime in your career, so you might as well learn how to do it. And we're going to wrap it up into a macro that I'll put on the internet for you to download. So inside Resolve, we're going to first just drop down a little solid color, just our standard Fusion thing, and then make this a new compound clip, and we'll call this particle tut. Then we'll hop into Fusion, and the first thing that we will do is just go ahead and delete our media in node because we don't need that. And now we'll start with dropping down a text layer. So Control Space, Text, Text Plus, and this will just be the object that we're going to dissolve. So I'll call this Tutorial, and we'll drop on good old Gotham, and we'll view this, and look at this. It's looking pretty good. Maybe we'll increase the tracking some. Nice. And the next thing we need to do is transition this off via a dissolve or some sort of alpha wipe. So we'll create that next, and we'll drop down a background. And in that background, we will link up a little rectangle mask, and we can view this, and we'll make this background white, and we'll make this rectangle mask something like 1.5 by 1.5, and we'll animate this to the left. We'll make this -1, set a keyframe, move forward 30-ish frames, make this 0.5, and now you can see we've got this nice little wipe transition happening. Now to increase the interest here, we'll soften the edge some, and we'll drop down another background, and hit Control T to switch these inputs, and now you can see we get this nice black to white thing happening here. And now in order to get our wipe to wipe our text off, we'll drop down a quick little matte control, and we'll pipe our text into the background. And then we can't just go straight from our merge to our garbage matte, so we'll pop down a bitmap, and we'll drop our merge into our bitmap. And if we view this, you see we just get all white right now, which is not all right. So we will change this channel from alpha to luminance, and now we're getting what we want. Cool. So we'll drop this into our garbage matte input. And if we view this, you can see we get our text wiping on. Nice. Now that looks kind of, it's fine for now, but what if we made this a little bit cooler? And we can do that by dropping down some fast noise. So here's a fast noise, and we'll just merge this together with this. Nice. So I'll view this node, and we will up the detail on our fast noise a bit, because that looks nice. Increase the contrast, and make the scale more about there. And we'll increase the seethe rate and the seethe just a little bit so that we get some movement. And then in this merge node, we'll change this apply mode from normal to overlay. And now you can see we're starting to get some noise happening in there. So we'll go ahead and up this contrast even more. And we'll maybe even feather this out some more. So soft edge. And increase the detail. And now you can see we get this nice noisy edge on our mask, which will make things a little bit more interesting, I think. There we go. That's looking pretty good. So now as we zoom in, we get a little more interest in what's going on here. And especially as you dissolve bigger things, then that will show itself even more. So now we'll start to get onto the more exciting bits of stuff, which is the particle system. So we'll drop down a P emitter, and a P turbulence, and a P render. And we'll pipe the P render into our media out. And this P emitter, we want to emit these particles from our text, but only from the part that has already been taken away, right? So how are we going to do that? Well, first we need to be able to get an image into our P emitter. So we'll go over to our regions tab and change this region from sphere to bitmap, and now we get a little input here. But if we pipe this together right now, and we view our P render, you'll see we get something, but you can see as the whole text is revealed, and I'll bump this count up to something more like 500. See, we shouldn't have particles yet. And then at the end, is whenever it stops emitting particles. And we kind of want that. So what we're going to need to do is make our reveal mask a little line instead of this full black to white. So it should go black to white to black. And we can do that in an interesting way by using the time speed node. So we'll keep this matte control for our text that we'll use in the end. And then we'll create another matte control node. And I'll move things around a bit. So we'll add a time speed node. And we'll take the output of this merge in there. And then we will create a channel booleans. And we'll offset this by, maybe 5 or so. And now in the channel booleans, we will merge our original output and our offset output. And if we view this, you can see not much changes yet, but if we change the operation from copy to subtract, now you see we get this white part in the middle and nothing else. So now that's looking like more of what we want. We'll add another bitmap and pipe this in here. We'll view this, change this from alpha to luminance, pipe this into our garbage matte input, and then take our text and put that in the background. And now you see we're just taking away the middle part, so we'll need to invert this bitmap. And now you see we're just revealing this middle part. So this is where the particles are going to emit. So we aren't still emitting after the text is disappeared. So the text is all the way revealed, and then there's just some particles creeping on, and then no particles are emitted anymore after that. And then the whole effect is done. So now we can take this matte control node and pipe that into our P emitter. Hopefully we'll see just what we're wanting to happen. So that's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and pipe this matte control, merge it together. Hit Control T so that our text is in the background, just 'cause I think that'll be a little nicer. And if we view it, and we go back a little bit, you can see now we get this nice effect of our text transitioning into particles. So now we'll just up our turbulence some. So I'm going to bring this Z strength up to 1. Strength over life, we'll start it off really strong, then have it go down a little bit, and then have it get really strong at the end again. Let's change this Bezier handle around. So I think that'll be nice. I don't know, maybe up our density a little bit. And increase our particle count some, so maybe from 500 to like 1,000. And if we play through again, nice, that's starting to look pretty good. And maybe we'll add a little bit of P directional force at the 180 direction to blow us left. You can see the direction of the force right here in this little icon. Pop that in there. I'll make the strength something more like 0.025. Now I'll just sort of have a little bit of a wind effect going on, which is pretty nice. So there you have it. That is a nice and simple effect that looks really good. You'll use it all the time, which is why I created a macro for it. So if you go to media.com/products, you can download this macro. It has a couple other little things in there. So particle dissolve 1. So you just have our input and our output. And you've got number of particles, number variance, lifespan variance. You can have this use the color from the region that's emitting from, and the transition completion, which goes from 0 to 1. So I'm putting it up there for a pay what you want, so you can play around with it for free. If you use it in a project, you can buy me a burrito, but it should be pretty good. So I'll show you how this works real quick. So we can, use text, or we can use a logo. I'll resize this so it's the right size for the comp. So, because I know it's a little bit oversized, and then I'll pipe this in. And if we view this, we don't get much happening yet, besides just a very beautiful logo comes up. And also scale this down some before the resize. So transform, drop that in there, bring the size down, and then we can keyframe our transition completion 0, go to maybe 22, Make this 1. The keyframe didn't take before, so now it's 0. And if we play it through, oh, number of particles got turned down, so I'll make this 1,000 or so. And now you can see, just like that, you get this really simple, easy to put in particle effect. If you want a more complicated one, you can go through and make your own one also. But for people who just want to play around or just need this in a pinch in a project, I put the macro up, and you can pay for it or not, which is part of the beauty. So now, I mean, quick commercial, go to meesmedia.com/products, check stuff out. All right, Theo from the future here. We just changed a couple little things after I got done recording. So just up the strength of the turbulence a little bit and the directional force a little bit, sort of rearrange things. And then I saved this one into a macro also. So we have the first one, and they're pretty similar effects. So we've got particle dissolve 01, which is a little bit simpler, and then particle dissolve 02, which is what we made in this tutorial, the exact thing. So if we take a look at that by going over to clips, I've already prepared a little clip here. You can see we've got this, and it's got a few more options, so we can control the wind strength and direction and the transition angle, and then control the turbulence, the number of particles, the number of variants, the particle lifespan, the lifespan variance, and we've got the same transition completion control. So now we can have it, transition up to down, or down to up, whichever one it's going to be. So play this through. I should probably actually view one of these guys, right? That would help. So now you can see it is transitioning from the bottom to the top. So that's a pretty nice little added in thing. If you want faster previews, you can turn off motion blur, which is a handy thing to have. I think Resolve might have just crashed on me, but I think that's all we have to show. So, standard ending spiel. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Never know what. Leave your feelings down in the comments below. Leave tutorial suggestions, which are always appreciated, especially if they're really good. We've been getting some really good ones recently, so that's been exciting. Also, check out meesmedia.com/products, where you can download this macro along with a bunch of other fun stuff. We also added, some smoke effects to the final render, and I just did that in Premiere in the tutorial. So I just laid it behind it because, why not? And you can get this clip on meesmedia.com/products also. It's in the Atmospheres pack. There's a free 720 version. If you're going to use it in actual production for higher quality stuff, we have 1080 and 4.6K versions, which are very useful, and it's very reasonably priced, if I do say so myself. So, anyway, once again, I've been Theo with Meesner Media. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.